Hey there traders, it's Jeff from thestockbandit.com. Thanks for joining me for this video. Let's take a look here at the indices as we head into this holiday shortened week. Keep in mind the market closes early on Monday for Christmas Eve. We're closed on Tuesday and then open again Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but it may not feel like it because obviously it's a major holiday week, and this is for many the end of the year for most as people start to kind of exit the markets, travel, and see family and friends and rest up and kind of review the year behind us and get ready for the year ahead. So this is a really good time to do that. I know that I personally plan to do that post-Christmas and prior to New Year's. So last week was a really interesting week. If you'll recall, the previous Friday we had come back down and tested some key support areas in the near term, and we lifted from there on that Friday. And then we saw this past week on Monday and Tuesday some really nice strength that took us to new recovery highs compared to these November lows. Now for the NASDAQ, that meant a push through this 3040 area. We actually got all the way up to this 3061 area on Wednesday before a little bit of a reversal kicked in. Now Friday we gapped lower on fiscal cliff news that this Plan B was going to fall through, and we gapped considerably lower. But if you take a look at the intraday chart here on Friday, this is the gap from Thursday's close to Friday's open. Take a look at when the low of the day was set, right there on the opening bar. So basically from the open on Friday to the close on Friday, we technically saw a little bit of buying. So it was a down day for the market, but intraday we saw a little bit of an advance in the buyers stepping in to kind of defend what they've been doing lately. And I think that that's very positive for the bulls. So we'll continue to watch this 2960 support area and this 3040 area, and then of course last week's high 3061. I think those are key levels. Keep in mind though, as we head into the last few days of the year, we've got fund redemptions that are going to take place as certain funds are going to close up shop. That just happens every year. You've got the tax loss selling that's going to go on this calendar year versus next year. You've got index rebalancing, you've got lots of window dressing taking place, and then of course the expected diminishing volume. So just be very aware of that. If you do plan to trade in the days ahead, keep it really light, keep it tight, be very selective. Let's move on here for the S&P 500. This index is kind of hugging this uptrend support that's been in place for the past several weeks. It's just kind of marking the pace of this little move right here. So it's not a line in the sand by any stretch, in that if we do undercut that, that doesn't mean all bets are off. But it was very interesting to see on Friday that that level was tested and defended. We also closed back above this 1426 area, which is the August high right there, and then it became both support and resistance on a number of occasions since then. We've just recently cleared that level, and we've been now consolidating above that, and it's definitely positive to see. So this uptrend support is kind of the short-term level to watch. That really goes to about the 1422 area. We've got last week's high right here for the S&P, 1448, and those are very noteworthy. We're going to have to push north of there, obviously, in order to have a shot at those 52-week highs up here from the fall, but we're still a decent level, or a decent amount shy of that level, so not a real pressing matter at this point, in my opinion. For the Russell 2000, we saw the small caps really show some excellent relative strength on Friday, even for a down day and kind of a scary open and everything. This Russell index was only down about 0.5%. That's really impressive. So what it's done is rally from the previous Friday's pullback low, and now we've seen this little bit of a consolidation here. You're getting kind of a bull flag here, and so the level to watch is last week's high for the Russell, 852, and then beyond that is going to be right up here the 52-week high at 868. So we're just about 20 points from there as of Friday's close. Really a bullish indication here as small caps are seeing even minor dips met with buying, and so we saw that again take place on Friday intraday. Very positive for the bulls. For the Dow, we have seen this index pull back on Friday to test the previous Friday's low. We got within just 4 points of that level right there. That was at 13,100. right here, excuse me. That was right here, 13,118. We got to 13,122 on Friday of this past week, so that's very positive. But essentially, the Dow has rallied. We saw it enter into a little bit of a trading range here. It continued higher, and now we're again just kind of churning here between some levels. So this sort of stair-step type action can really continue for a little while, but for now, we need to keep a close eye on this 13.1 area, and then of course last week's high right up here, 13.365. If we end up getting a solid push through there, then of course we can start heading back toward these 13.661 area where the 52-week high is. And then finally is the VIX, which is kind of the fear index. And we saw a nice little spike in volatility on Friday morning, but we came essentially right up to this 20 area and then backed off considerably. Take a look at where this index finished. Sub 18. So this 18 area is, this 20 area is still the level to watch here. Until we get above that, there's nothing to be really concerned about. So it really just points to kind of ongoing complacency in the market, and that's that. So there's a look at a handful of levels as we head into this holiday shortened week. Merry Christmas to you and yours. I hope 2012 has been wonderful. If you're looking for some trade ideas to add to your own, we would love to trade with you starting January 1st. In 2013. So check us out at thestockbandit.com. Other than that, trade well this week. Enjoy time with family and friends. I'll see you next year.